Hey everyone. Now, I wanted just to raise something quickly that happened over the weekend that has been reported by Brodie Clark. I came across it through his SERP alert, which is a fantastic. He calls it a newsletter. I call it a public service. Um, Anything, if a SERP sneezes, Brodie is across it and covering it. It's fantastic. So one of the things he covered over the weekend is this Google testing a new page includes snippet extension across um, the actual SERP pages. It's like page includes and things. And he's got a little bit more of a breakdown on this on his SERP, on his website, brodieclark.com. It's in notes. I'll put all links to this in the comments with this. It's a great service to follow. But essentially, Google is now testing this new page includes. Brodie does note it doesn't always seem to be that accurate. One of the examples he's provided, which I'll show in a second, is that the article references sport basics, which is inaccurate. Now, this is essentially this. So, 15 tips to boost organic rankings and traffic. Google thinks that SEMrush is talking about sport basics. This potentially, in my opinion, could be a dysfunction caused by the misunderstanding of what tactics means, because tactics is quite closely related to sports. Um, but this is interesting when it's starting to pull through those different elements. And the reason why I wanted to comment on this was because randomly a couple of weeks ago in my 89th edition of the Cadence newsletter I write, I shared a coverage piece just on that SERP intent is fractured and we need to look onto fractured queries. And I wanted to cover over one of the things I actually wrote about in this. We've known for a long time in the SEO industry that a query can possess a dominant interpretation, a common interpretation, multiple common interpretations, or minor interpretations, and that these aren't static variables. Use demand seasonality will change this. And as a part of this, Google has to provide a search results page which can accommodate and acclimatize to these different intents. And it isn't just a linear 1 to 10, which you can go, oh, this site has more links than you, this site has better content, yada yada. It's catering for those different intents. It's a fractured intent, it's a fractured SERP. It's not a linear 1 to 10. Now, the reason why I kind of include this because back in 2021, I gave a talk at Optimization Moscow, looking at what I call then fractured intent and how this works. And this is just because a page has to have a beneficial purpose. Beneficial purpose is something which has been in the quality rating guidelines for a while, and a beneficial purpose simply is used to aid someone researching a topic, make a transaction, view images, watch a video. The 8 reasons I've listed on this slide here and a few others as well. But it's really how it breaks down. So the example I used in this talk back in 2021 was around tea, chai, and how the queries changed. So like tea for stress relief was very much a what, an expert-led, best and a what again. How to brew tea, had expert-led alterations, how to method variations. It was a very heavily mixed. So it wasn't here's the best pages or the best content on the internet on how to brew tea. It was variation. For example, like you had how a content variation, underneath 2 how articles, and then a one which was a completely different method altogether. Not that it was a better site or different site. It gave a different content proposition and a different proposal, a different value proposition for users reviewing the SERP in this way. Same again for like which tea is better. Informational content with how with an added potential purchase location, which and how PA, intent refiners, expert led. It goes down to that kind of like, you've got a consideration stage, alternative viewpoints, guidance. It's a very fractured SERP. And if Google's going to start including elements like this, which it makes sense given how Google's wanting to better process and understand the beneficial purpose, understand the value proposition, understand the main content of a page. In theory, a user can have a better experience through Google SERPs if they kind of understand what they're getting into initially. If you're clicking on a how-to article and you know straight off the bat you're clicking on an article that's going to take you to a video, if you don't want a video and you want the written content, you might be dissuaded from clicking on that and click on a different content type. So this is going to be really interesting to see if this is rolled out, how it affects click-through rates across traditional search, and how if this is rolled out, in conjunction with AI overviews across search as well. So this again really does tie back to having a clear, beneficial purpose, purpose-driven main content, and not an article just designed to target and rank for specific keywords without a kind of purpose or value proposition to grip your target audience.